Hogwarts Legacy is literally too busy to, whoever's making this game is too busy to actually watch this podcast because they're literally trying to escape from a vat of money right now. They've made $850 million in just 2 weeks, which proves to you to never listen to weirdos on the internet when they tell you to boycott something.
Yeah,
ever.
Apparently you should court bigots.
I have a question, though. Like, why would Quidditch not be in the game?
I don't know.
Like of all things, I think if I were making a game about being a Hogwarts student, Quidditch would be #1 on the list.
You'd think they'd want to play it, right?
You can ride brooms, like you can fly, right? But you can't play Quidditch at the same time. Like there's no, I don't know. I don't really get that, but it does seem like a cool game from the outside. 12
million units and $850 million.
Dude, that's legendary.
And it's just funny too, because I've gotten messages from people that have no interest in any of this stuff who are like, I've heard about this game.
They heard about it because of the hate.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing is all of these activists don't know they're actively helping J.K. Rowling.
Yep, they are.
You know what's interesting though? There's a speedrunning organization. It's called Awesome Games Done Quick, and it's a lot of the organizers are trans, and they banned speedruns of Hogwarts Legacy.
How do you speedrun Hogwarts Legacy?
Well, now you can't.
Is there a way to finish the game?
I'm sure.
Huh. Okay.
So it says, we are so thrilled and proud to see the players' response to Hogwarts Legacy from gamers, fans who are new to gaming and reviews around the world, said David Haddad, president of Warner Brothers Games. The funny thing is, I wonder if this is going to lead to them to making like more games that will just not have the same, like, it's not going to translate. The success.
Oh, they think it's like, it's because we did such great work on this game.
And
like,
they did do good work.
Your hard work helps, obviously, but it's funny because, you know, for J.K. Rowling's complete, you know, non-involvement with the making of this game, she's totally the reason why it's so talked about.
I mean, I don't know if she was not
at the very
involved,
least, you can give her credit for the amount of pre-orders they had on it.
Yep.
That was unprecedented.
Yep. So the game is doing extremely well. People are streaming it. People are playing it. There were lists created to to try and scare people out of streaming it, which is insane, if you ask me.
Things they wouldn't admit are campaigns for like mass reporting on Twitch,
which is funny too, because those are the same people who always talk about coordinated hate groups and coordinated movements to stop them from doing
stream
things.
Sniping and they're the ones that say things like review bombing, and they say all these things when it suits them and their story.
And to be fair, a lot of people are like buying multiple copies of this game because they're crazy.
How do you buy multiple copies of a digital game?
Well, you'd have to buy one if
like
you get
digitally
for multiple people. Yeah,
buy physical copies multiple times.
Yeah.
Hey, Chad, buy me that game.
Well, it's because all of these haters are buying the physical copy so that they can sledgehammer it and then post the results.
Take that, you incels!
That is the biggest self-own.
I mean, it's like I'm dumb, so I bought this game that I didn't really want, and then I found out in 2023 that J.K. Rowling happens to be transphobic, and then I totally changed my mind, and then I destroyed it for clout on the internet.
I purchased it for full price, but I'm not playing it.
They're like the one that was like the picture was like it was definitely like the deluxe edition.
Like he bought the physical copy of Hogwarts Legacy in 2023, had no idea that J.K. Rowling had controversial opinions, but was also extremely online enough to have found out
and cares enough about
buying the game
and cares enough about that issue that they somehow didn't know about it beforehand, but care enough about it to destroy the copy afterwards. That's not a real thing.
Or you were just, you know, trying to get some virtue points on Twitter. So
I mean, my hope would be that they bought it secondhand at least.
I don't think so. Unlikely.
And then not just this, guys. So this kind of goes without saying, right? Like, so the game does extremely well. It's nearly made $1 billion, which means it's going to make a hell of a lot more than the headline. The initial headline I saw said that it made more than Wakanda Forever made in its entire run.
And
it's
going to make more than Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, and it's way more popular than anything to do with Fantastic Beasts, which is arguably, you know, has more J.K. Rowling involvement. So it's like, and Universal Studios is doing fine, but it's not like people are lining. I guess it's a lot harder to virtue signal a trip to not go to, like, I'm going to go to Universal Studios and then not go in.
Also, but the greatest thing about this is it shows how ineffective these losers are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
they're extremely effective at bringing about the exact result that they didn't want.
Yes.
Well, I guess.
Well,
They're
maybe,
extremely effective at sabotaging their own activism.
maybe that was on purpose. Maybe these are actually people that are just really big J.K. Rowling and big fans of transphobia who are now pretending to be anti-transphobia so to sell a lot of copies of a video game.
Dude, the only trans person I know literally on Twitter was like, yeah, oh, wait, I'm having a lot of fun with this game.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she knew about it. So.
She had to have,
yeah,
right?
so
like,
it's...
I mean, you have to realize that your individual purchase of this game doesn't impact anyone but yourself, right?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, let me try to like reason this out.
Give it a shot.
Like,
Guys,
there are some things that I wouldn't support with my money.
Okay.
Like that, I guess that is the truth for everyone, right? There are some companies you won't buy from.
I'm not going to Waffle House.
Why is that?
Fair enough.
Because... Mary,
Okay, I'm saying, like, are there companies you won't give your money to for ideological reasons? For reasons that are like, this company is involved in things that are against my morals, therefore I won't give them money.
And
Probably.
it's not like any of these people that are doing this aren't tweeting this from an iPhone where slave labor is used to make their phone.
Mean, these days you really can't even exist without directly funding companies that enslave or torture people or are involved in like nefarious initiatives. Like, I don't know.
A great video the other day where this girl talks about how, like, every time she buys a purse, she has to, like, justify it to other women. She's like, if you buy this kind of purse, you then have to justify why you didn't buy it. It's like, if I buy an expensive purse, they say, why do you need such an expensive purse? If I buy a cheaper purse, they say, why do you, like, they literally, she talks about everything that you choose to do. Anything you choose to buy, she's like, okay, what if you go and you buy a purse from a thrift store? Why are you taking something away from people who need the resources more than you?
Exactly.
There's nothing that you can do in the developed world that can't be frowned upon
that
by the biggest losers.
Won't get mad at you for.
Okay, so it's not. I don't exactly boycott a brand, but more the product that I consistently boycott is any movie or series adaptation of a video game. I will not watch.
That's a fantastic segue, ladies and gentlemen, because did you know that they're actually going to be supposedly making a Hogwarts Legacy TV series reportedly in the works at HBO? I mean, that kind of goes without saying. I don't know if it's going to reach the same level of
gay,
and trans. Gay, like, and they'll make it super trans. That would actually be really funny, and then it does really, really well. And then the people who hated the no, but I'm saying, but if it does, but then the people who hate the game can't figure out are they allowed to support this or not?
I mean,
no, they'll be like those trans people are white supremacists.
This TV show seems like the perfect vehicle for ideology if you hate J.K. Rowling, but you work for HBO Max.
They're like, let's insert it in here so that we can stick it to J.K.
spite
Rowling.
her. But I don't know how much control she would have over that anyway.
I think she would have a lot of control over it.
It says that it's going to focus on Hogwarts in the same time frame that Hogwarts Legacy is in. So, like, prior to the books, obviously, prior also to Fantastic Beasts spin-offs. I don't know. I think that HBO is, like, kind of spending their goodwill on like video game adaptations very quickly. So
given how much you love The Last of Us,
this is gonna be like, well, it's different, right? Because Hogwarts Legacy, you're not like experiencing characters. Like, there's no protagonist of Hogwarts Legacy other than yourself. So it's different. They'd have to come up with a compelling person to lead the show.
But what's the common perception of The Last of Us? That it's like captivating.
The game or the TV show?
No, the show.
The show? I mean, it's hard to tell because the internet is so much different from real life.
Well, from what you could tell.
I mean, from what I see,
it's the most popular show on HBO Max, and people are acting like it's magnificent because they don't have another option of something to watch, and they have low standards. But, yeah, I mean, it is popular.
Is it well acted though?
No.
Pedro Pascal acts well in the show. The rest of it is meh.
That's what I was guessing.
He's literally fine. It's like not.
I mean, but you're hard
amazing.
to please. You're not.
I'm not hard to please actually. Like I really.
You are.
I'm gonna disagree with you on that. I think you're hard to please.
Am I hard to please because I think that this show sucks?
No, I think in general.
Because the show does objectively suck.
I think that you are a harder critic to please than me.
I mean,
that's for sure.
I'm just not gonna watch something that is objectively ass.
Well, that's hard. Like
that's
hard
not
to
that's
please.
not hard to please. It just means that
Yeah,
it
but
sucks.
you
like it objectively
you
is just
believe that
dog
more.
shit.
You believe that most stuff is dog shit.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, if it were
Really?
average, I would say it's average, but it's awful.
I think there are certain.
I think I
episodes
give
that
things
are
fair
awful,
shots.
that are awful. That
I give things a chance, you know.
like
I watched the first season of The Witcher in full because I wanted to give it a fair chance, and I didn't think it was awful, but I thought it was like and I thought it was boring.
Yeah.
know?
But also, they're also going to be doing supposedly a Harry Potter and the Cursed Child adaptation, bringing back the original actors.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if that will actually end up going through. Will they even want to work with J.K. Rowling? I mean, know.
Come on.
Like,
dude.
I know that. What's her name won't want to.
Who?
Emma
Watson. Like,
Yeah, she will. Dude, they don't hate her
Who's
at
asking
all
Emma
behind the
Watson
scenes.
about this?
because they're going to
she's
make
Hermione.
Yeah, she's Hermione. Like they're going to make a Cursed Child adaptation with the original actors supposedly, and I don't know if they will actually be able to pull that off. Because will they actually want to come back?
No,
I don't know.
I mean, Daniel Radcliffe is literally like a corpse that they trot out for like Trevor Project.
Yeah.
Press releases. Like he's literally.
He always looks very like
an
meh.
instrument.
Yeah, he always looks very meh to me. Like he's like he wanted to be Robert Pattinson, but he's not Robert Pattinson.
That guy
He wanted to be Robert
he
Pattinson.
doesn't have Robert Pattinson's sense of humor to me.
That's because Robert Pattinson's based and he played Final Fantasy.
Yes, he did.
When
That's
Robert
true.
Pattinson played Cedric, were they the same age?
I don't know.
No, I think Robert Pattinson's older by a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe not by much.
Because it would be funny if they were the same age and Daniel Radcliffe just looks like he's 12.
Yeah.
And Robert Pattinson has just like looked the same for over a decade.
He's
You
a vampire.
can't, dude. Chat saying like recast her. You can recast Hermione.
It
You
would
can
be-
recast.
Recast her with a black woman.
Yeah,
there-
right.
Then you
Then
win.
you can't complain, so you're stuck. Like
If you
you're like,
complain about that, then you're racist.
yeah. Well, no. It's like the belief I've long held is that the left will understand the hatred of swapping characters when they finally do make Harry Potter black.
No, not anymore.
No.
Not anymore. No,
I
no.
think they're
no,
so
after
like
the
psychotically dedicated to the message that they would applaud it.
no, they, dude. The only way to do this is a white Black Panther. Like that'll be the only way. This is a step too far.
White Blade.
Ryan Reynolds as Black Panther.
Honestly, like what
No, you could
Marvel
make- you could
character
make-
hasn't been race swapped at this
Hey
point?
guys, Wakanda forever.
You could make Ryan Reynolds Blade because Ryan Reynolds was in the original Blade trilogy.
Well, there we go.
He was in Blade Trinity, so you could do that, and then he could come back and play Blade, and it would be awful. So,
Are people really mad about the goblins being oppressed in Hogwarts Legacy?
well, no,
or is this just like a meme?
It's because they think that they've long since that it was a Jewish that they said that it was supposed to be because they made them
They
goblins
think that
with
about
long
the
noses.
movies, but
Yeah.
why are they
Oh, I have
saying
no
it
idea.
follows through to the game just because you fight goblins in the game?
Those people are just going to complain about literally everything. Like, there isn't like a person who complains about that is going to
If you
complain
want to
about
be in
literally
solidarity with your trans and Jewish mutuals on Twitter, then you shouldn't play the game.
everything. Mutual. Like, look, I'm
Like
so sick of
your only community is your mutuals on Twitter.
people that you hate other
you
stuff
should be
with.
embarrassed.
People that you hate other things with. That's how like you get along. You're like, hey, you want to go hate something with me?
yeah,
That's literally me and Mary's friendship.
Get in, guys. Let's hate stuff together.
is not.
We hate the same things. Like
So-
95%.
The Hogwarts Legacy series has more room to maneuver
helps.
though. Like I'm assuming that a Hogwarts Legacy series has more room to maneuver story wise, which is right, which means it's ripe to be like manipulated and turned into something for the message for people.
I was thinking, either you come up with a character in Hogwarts Legacy that you want to base it off of and then ruin that character, or you come up with a new one
Yep.
and then make it like gay.
That's what they'll do. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.